Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 12 rounds, and it will be for the vacant IBF Cruiserweight Championship of the World. Brought to you by Frank Warren on behalf of Queensberry Promotions and Eddie Hearn for Matchroom Boxing, in conjunction with Riyadh Season National Event Center, the General Entertainment Authority, GIA, Gold Star Promotions, K2 Promotions, Sella, and Wasserman Boxing. It is sanctioned by the British Boxing Board of Control, Steward in Charge Robin Smith, along with the International Boxing Federation, President Darrell Peoples, Supervisor Ben Keelty, Timekeeper Dale Elliott. Our three judges assigned will be Dion Duarte of South Africa, Robin Taylor of the United States, and Bob Williams of England. Our referee in charge, third man in the ring, will be Howard Foster of England. Introducing to you first, fighting tonight out of the blue corner, he comes to the silver and weighs in officially at 198.1 pounds. Hailing from Sydney, Australia, he was a 2012 Olympian and now is a professional, is undefeated with 24 wins, 19 of his 24 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the current Ring Magazine champion and the undefeated former IBF Cruiserweight champion of the world, Jai Opetaia!
Okay guys, spoke to you both in the dressing room. We both know I expect. Keep it clean, break straight away when told. Both of you watch your heads in close. Good luck to you both. Touch gloves. Good luck, lads.
There's been so many great fights tonight, but if this rematch is half as good as their first encounter, it could still steal the show.
Yeah, we're in for a treat if that's the case, and I've no reason to think otherwise. Two men that really want to push on. Briedis wants to sign off, right this wrong, sail off into the sunset. Like I say, he's already a legend, but Jai Opetaia, the rate of improvement, the confidence that he's shown, it's been so impressive.
And remember, in that 12th round in their first fight, Opetaia was basically running away, trying to survive, and he did that. He held on. Briedis trying to pick up where he left off. He's in the red, Opetaia in the blue.
We talk about it being a war because the first one was, and we hope it's the same thing. But they can both box. I mean, we sort of forget that Briedis can box really well. And Opetaia, before the Briedis fight, at a lower level, has shown he was a very good stylist.
Yeah, the feet both are very good. Opetaia, though, has a little spring. He's very hard to pin down. He's always got space behind him. As soon as Briedis will mount an attack, he'll move back as he just does there. So quick, so intelligent.
It's not the same as, but it's similar to Alexander Usyk because he's spreading his legs, and it gives, you dip your knees then, it just gives you different levels every time.
Mike, not only is Briedis 2 years older, but he's been out of the ring for those 2 years as well.
Yeah, and that's just another one of the hassles that he's going to have to deal with here tonight. Has he been able to make up for at least some of that lapse with sparring, quality sparring? But as we've heard so often, it's the work under the lights that really matters.
The lights don't get much brighter than this.
Yeah, and I like the lateral movement as well from Opetaia. Moving side to side, you see they're just dipping, and that allows openings. If Briedis decides to throw a jab, he can slip that right through to the body or upstairs. Quite a cagey start from both, more so for Briedis, just to kind of be pushed back slightly, picking his moments. Nice left to the body though.
Yeah, Briedis looks a little gun-shy so far.
Yeah, he does, yeah. He doesn't want to make a mistake, so he's waiting for Opetaia to fall in, but you got to be careful he doesn't wait too long there. Give Opetaia some momentum to let his hands go. But let's see, just Briedis, that's it, just try and close the gap a little bit, get a little bit lower, a little faint. Try and block and counter the jab of Opetaia.
And when you got that kind of ring rust, sometimes maybe you need to get hit to get you going.
That's not exactly the wrong thing, Todd. Sometimes you do need a little bit of a wakening up.
Right hand on the belt line for Briedis.
It's a little twitchy Briedis. It's all the feints from the hand and the feet from Opetaia.
I think Opetaia's waiting too long as well. He should be throwing to force up to force Briedis to throw. Nice little feint there from Opetaia. Not far off with that uppercut either.
Well, Briedis pretty much just gave that round away. Seek and destroy type of fighter. And Darren, in that first fight against Jai Opetaia, served before turning professional at the age of 24. We'll hopefully get a little busier here in round 2.
He's going to have to try and start pushing Opetaia back, I think. He's going to have some success.
He's got a lovely jab of his own as well, Briedis.
There he opened up a little bit, that left hand.
Yeah.
Caught Opetaia.
He's not going to get the jab, and moving to the right is to try and line Opetaia up for the right hand and keep his jab away, but he's not going to be able to land his jab doing that way down.
Yeah, maybe target the body with a shot downstairs with the jab, and that might help him find the right hand back upstairs.
Shot there from Opetaia.
Oh! And Briedis walked right into those punches. And you talk about being woken up. That'll do it.
So impressive on Opetaia there. Can he punch and going back as well, which is so difficult to do.
So quick. Rapid with that little step. He took the range away and threw the 2 shots. Beautiful stuff from Opetaia.
Well, we know Opetaia has gotten better since the first fight. Briedis has only gotten older.
Smart from Opetaia. He's not getting carried away. He had a bit of success. He didn't jump all over Briedis, get caught in a war yet. Good there from Briedis, though. Nice to change the angle there with the body.
Yeah, good little screw shot.
I think Opetaia needs a bigger feint. Those little feints are good to keep Briedis unsettled, but a big feint will sell it, make him throw.
Briedis back against the ropes. Opetaia's forcing him to fight now.
And then Opetaia just moving his legs, so he gets out of distance. When Briedis fires back, he's hitting fresh air.
And it was naughty there, Todd. He just threw a shot at the back of the head.
Naughty.
Briedis.
Take any edge he can get.
Again, sensible approach again there from Opetaia. Going through what he's been doing in the gym. When you go back, don't just rush it. Feint your way in. Look, feint. Stab him with a jab.
Briedis with the right hand.
He just can't get the full power on the shot because of the movement of Opetaia. As soon as he sees Briedis plant his feet, he just steps out of range.
At least Briedis now feels like he's getting into the fight.
Yeah.
I don't think either one of these guys is expecting this to go the distance.
But he needs to put himself in the fight rather than allow Opetaia to take the pace. He should be pushing forward here.
So impressed with the footwork from Opetaia so far, Todd.
What signs are you seeing here, Mike?
I think we're seeing somebody in Jai Opetaia who's grown as a fighter since winning the first fight against Briedis, but also the way he dealt with lesser opposition twice out against Jordan Thompson and against Ellis Zorro. Treated them with the respect that they deserved, but dispatched them with the power that was really, really impressive.
He just doesn't stop. If you see him, he's just constantly jerky movements. He's feinting, whether it be with the hands, with the feet, with the head, constantly making you think. That's so mentally draining.
And it makes you tense, it makes you then physically you get tired. Oh, lovely left hand there from Opetaia.
Yeah, Briedis just doesn't seem to want to be first. But does he still have the speed to be an effective counter striker?
It's the reaction times that he's falling short at the minute, isn't it? Even when he's trying to fire back, Opetaia has enough time to get out of the way. He would have been the same a couple of years ago if they would have rematched straight after the first fight.
Yeah, he's just a step ahead, Opetaia. Younger, fresher.
That's a good punch, but then he got caught napping. Was appreciating his own work there, and Opetaia made him pay.
One of the worst sins in boxing is when you not to move your head after throw your punch. What you do after the punch is almost as important as the punch itself. You've got to move.
Oscar de la Hoya used to say, don't stop and take a photograph.
Exactly.
Get on with the next move.
We've seen an attempt here, though, from Briedis, trying to creep forward, trying to be the boss on the front foot, but again, just intelligent stuff from Opetaia, just moving back to the centre of the ring, putting Briedis behind the jab.
Opetaia is still showing him a lot of respect.
Well, he knows well enough from the first fight, doesn't he, that if he stands close and engages, he's going to be involved in a war, he's going to have to take shots. So it's just, I think it's a real sensible approach from him here.
Yeah, look, I guess there's still, he probably himself carries mental demons from that first fight with the two fractures of the jaw. That may take some time to get over.
But he hasn't really taken a solid shot on the jaw since then. I mean, maybe in sparring, maybe, but in the ring with the smaller gloves, he hasn't. So how does that hold up?
Yeah, I don't blame Briedis for what he's doing inside there. He's got to sit anything right now. Try and rough up Opetaia. Shots round the side of the head, try and creep them through the middle when they're in their clinches, even hit the waistband, anything, just to try and slow the younger man down.
Just to say, there's a little nick on the right eye there of Mairis Briedis, and the referee just went over to the corner just to say it was caused by a punch.
There was a counter right from Briedis. Tried an uppercut as well. Good left to the body.
That seems to have livened up in this fourth round from both.
Oh, good shot from Briedis there, though.
Oh, yeah. And that will certainly boost the confidence of the Latvian.
And bring some memories back there from Opetaia, for Opetaia also. Again, trying to close the gap a little bit. Wouldn't if he'll get back to get on his toes and keeping a bit of distance.
6 of our 7 fights here on this main card have ended by knockout. Well, this one as well.
You can just sense the respect engendered by that first fight here, can't you?
Yeah.
He's got to vary the movement a little bit. Briedis moving an awful lot to his right, just walking onto the left hand of Opetaia.
It's to take away the jab, I think, and try and line him up for the right hand, but I'm not a fan of that at all.
You still want to see, you know, a bit of variation with the movement.
But I'd rather walk onto a jab than a left hand from a southpaw.
You always have to watch that front foot battle as well between a lefty and a righty.
He's been Opetaia all the time so far. Well, good Briedis moving to his right. He's going to take his foot on the inside anyway.
Body shot from Opetaia.
Good shot again there from Opetaia. Because he punches long, just makes it a little bit more difficult for Briedis to fire back. At some point, I think Briedis has to come forward.
Yeah, agreed.
He might be staying safe-ish at this point, and be able to fire back every now and again, but it's not enough.
No, it's not enough. You know, look, the rounds will start creeping by. Needs to get busy. I mean, if Opetaia has space behind him, he's a nightmare. Just see there, a little passage, just so quick on his feet.
You talk about experience. The last 5 opponents' combined records that Briedis has faced, 126 wins, 4 losses. I mean, what else do you want?
Oh, he's been in some fantastic fighters. He's been a fantastic fighter in his own right.
But one of his most difficult opponents will be inactivity. That's the key here.
And Father Time. Gotta be careful there if you're Briedis, staying in the range too long.
5.
Round 5. Opetaia versus Briedis. We were expecting maybe Gotti Ward Part 2. So far, it's been more pedestrian than most thought.
I think that's stemmed from what Mike said. You know, they got that respect from the first fight. They know how tough it was, and neither one wants to really get involved in it unless they have to. Or they know inevitably it might become that, but they're holding back for as long as they possibly can.
Oh, there's a left from Opetaia as we check in with Chris Mannix and his scorecard.
Yeah, Todd, I've got a 40-36 in favor of Jai Opetaia. Pretty easy fight to score so far. Definitely can see some ring rust on Briedis. He's sitting on that right hand, but can't seem to time Opetaia, who's moving pretty beautifully so far in this fight. There have been a couple of wild exchanges, and sure, Opetaia has got to be wary of Briedis' power, but so far, so good for Jai Opetaia.
That's a good 1-2 from Briedis.
Yeah, Barry, I think you mentioned it. Opetaia really hasn't been hit hard since breaking his jaw. You'd think Briedis would be going as hard as he could, at least land that first big power shot to see how Opetaia reacts.
And just to make him panic, innit? Make him worried. I think that's the most important thing, because even if it doesn't break, if you hit him with a big shot, he might be thinking, oh, I hope my jaw's okay, and start to overthink that.
I will say though, in the fight against Jordan Thompson, he took a huge shot from Thompson Opetaia. I mean, that would have tested the chin of Opetaia, and literally a split second after he lands a huge shot, and that sort of was the unraveling of Jordan Thompson that evening. So I feel he has confidence in that jaw, but it's the man in front of him who's the one that caused the damage. So, like I say, he's still probably dealing with the demons from that night.
I think he's got so smart so far, Opetaia. We see him in this, in our mind, you see him in this wrecking ball, angry, aggressive guy, but he's been very controlled.
Well, he told me yesterday, after the weigh-ins on the stage, which was a raucous environment there, the weigh-ins, Briedis said it's do or die for me, and that's the way I'm going to treat this fight. But so far, he's not doing that at all.
No, nowhere near that.
You start thinking, when does he roll the dice? Will he roll the dice? Can he roll the dice? Does he still have it within him to really go through the gears, land those big shots?
Well, he's almost at a point now where he can't win on points mathematically unless he does something dramatic.
And also the desire to chuck yourself into a war at 27, say, for instance, is greater than them to do it at 39.
Seconds out, round 6.
Here we go. Let's see if Briedis can put his foot on the accelerator.
I'd like to see a little bit more from Opetaia too. I mean, boxing nicely, doesn't need to take any risks, but I'd like to see him just up the tempo slightly.
So selfish you are. He's boxing, so he doesn't need to do anything.
Oh, cracking left hand from Opetaia. Let's see if he tries to do something after it. He's got to be careful, though. This is where Briedis can catch him. Oh, again, and there's that nose. We talk about testing the jaw of Opetaia. How about that broken nose of Briedis, and it's gushing.
Dangerous little uppercut he just threw there. Briedis didn't land. There's a little reminder. Oh, in with the head there, Opetaia.
Oh, man. It's just as bad as the first fight.
And he talked in that first fight or after it how difficult it became to breathe as the fight wore on. History's repeating itself.
Well, he's being forced to roll the dice now. He's got no choice, does he, Barry?
No, he's got to go for it now. I mean, the fact that he's so behind, but also with that now, if that's going to be a problem, and he won't be able the energy to push on. He's got to roll the dice now and go for it.
And it's really spurred Opetaia on. He's got the bit between his teeth now. He's seen blood. He's really starting to up it. It's like, this is what I want to see. He doesn't have to be reckless, silly, just ever so slightly up the tempo, and that's exactly what he's doing now.
And with that blood, Opetaia now seeing a big bullseye right in front of him. Nice counter there from Briedis.
Yeah, but the right hand from Opetaia, that wobbles Briedis there.
Oh.
Oh, tough as Briedis there. That right hand really hurt him, didn't it?
Oh, lovely shot.
Briedis' face is an absolute mess. Blood all over our papers here ringside.
Ooh, just,
man, it is up close. It is scary, is it?
Just skipped the target, didn't he, with that left hand?
I'll be pretty certain that that's broken again.
Yeah, that's too much blood, isn't it, not to be broken.
And now we're gonna. Eddie Hearn mentioned it earlier. When you're thinking about retirement, when you first get tested in your fight, do you just kind of shrivel up and say, "Hey, it's been a great career," or do you go out on your shield?
If you can, you want to have the energy to push on now, especially with that nose.
Yeah, he's just second best. He's not quick enough.
Good right hand there from him, but I don't think he wants to be there now.
To fight with his mouth open in order to breathe, and that makes it so much more dangerous because your jaw's exposed.
And also, it takes your concentration levels away from focusing on what you have to do.
All right, we're in round 7. I don't think Briedis has won a round yet.
No, not at all.
I'll tell you what, though, he marched off his stall at the start of this round.
There's a cut on the bridge of the nose as well.
Briedis is tough. He's trying to throw his career. Does he have the energy, though, to accelerate the pace a little bit more? He's just sitting at a range that's not going to work for him.
Oh, good right hand there from Briedis.
That was a good shot. Let's see him just roll the dice a little bit more when he backs onto the ropes, to sort of tilt his head, take his head off the line, and just really throw that right hand with everything you've got.
Opetaia's looking for that one big shot. You've got to go back to throwing punches a little bit more frequency. Just that working away, force Briedis to make a mistake again. Just looking for that one big heavy shot.
That's the one thing he can't lose, Briedis, is his experience. He knows how to ride the shots, take the sting out of shots. If you're telegraphing with that big left hand, which he is in this round of Opetaia, he'll be able to read that still at this age.
But Briedis is just waiting to counter, and I don't think he's got the eye anymore. I don't think he's quick enough to do that.
Opetaia of Samoan and European Australian heritage, comes from a boxing family 4 generations deep on his father's side and 3 generations deep on his mother's side. He was built for this.
It just seems like 3 straight punches, Opetaia, before he gets close.
Good body shots there from Opetaia. Haven't seen a ton of those in this fight.
Before he gets there now, go 1, 2, 3. That backs Briedis onto the ropes. Then you can take a swivel to the side, and then you can start ripping those hooks through the middle.
He's really struggling, Briedis. He just doesn't have the speed of hand to land the counters on the back foot, and to come forward, he doesn't have the speed of foot to match Opetaia, who just springs out of range. So it's kind of in no man's land at the minute.
Joseph Parker knows Jai Op. Here we go, round 8. It's been all one-way traffic for Jai Opetaia. Mairis Briedis has to find something, somehow, some way.
It was a quiet round from Opetaia. He's come out with a bit more urgency in this 8th round. A bit more of a spring in the step. Like you said, Barry was loading up, wasn't he, with the left hand. Starts setting some more traps.
Good work there from Briedis. I think that Briedis he's come out the same in this round as he has in every round. And it hasn't worked in the 7 previous rounds. So do something different. You have the experience, you know when you're not getting the better of the round, you know it. I guess he's hoping that Opetaia, wants that wall and holds his feet. And then he has a chance maybe. But I think he has to create that, so it's not going to happen.
Coming up next, of course, our main event, Alexander Usyk, Tyson Fury, Undisputed Heavyweight Championship. Still some work to be done here in our co-main event.
So they've done well, the Briedis corner with that nose. Stop the blood. That's a nice right hand.
Yeah, it's good, wasn't it? Just got a bit low and threw it up, didn't he?
You're right about that nose. It's just like completely stopped. I don't know how.
Incredible job.
But strangely, if the blood is congealed, it might make it even more difficult to breathe.
Yes.
Power punches landed through round 7. Briedis 28, Opetaia 40 at a 30% clip. Feels like it would be even more one-sided than that, to be honest.
Yeah, it's been not an easy night for Opetaia, but I bet you he didn't think it was going to be this comfortable for him.
Yeah, he had a moment there, Briedis. I mean, there was kind of head-to-head, and that's the moment he's been waiting for, to let the shots go, and he just hesitated for some reason.
Do you think it's because Briedis just can't do it anymore, or that he's just not doing it?
I think so.
I think that's exactly, he can't just pull the trigger. The reaction times are too slow. And also, he's boxing off the back foot, and that's not going to work for him. But it hasn't worked for him. I mean, what the corner telling him, trying to catch him on the counter, and the in and out with the feet of Opetaia means you're never going to catch him on the counter. He's too fast for you.
You know, that's what Manny Pacquiao said in his final fight against Usyk, a low blow there. He said, I don't know why, I just couldn't throw the punches. I just couldn't punch.
And I think it's because they're intelligent guys, they're intelligent fighters, and they know if they're going to let the hands go, and then they're not quick enough, they're going to get countered, they're going to get caught with something.
Round 9, scheduled for 12. How hard, if you're Opetaia, would you go for the knockout here, or would you just keep doing what you're doing and settle for a 12-round decision?
Yeah, I would like to see him, like I said before, a couple of rounds ago, just crank it up slightly. Doesn't have to go gung-ho, doesn't have to go...
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 12 rounds, and it will be for the vacant IBF Cruiserweight.
He knows that Briedis is going to fire back, but that's why I'm saying if he throws 3 straight punches rather than throw a hook after the second shot, he pushes him back. Then he can really let a big power shot go.
Opetaia has said he wants to move up to heavyweight at some point in his career. Mike, do you like that idea, being sooner or later?
But he also said in an interview that I watched with him that he wants to go to bridgerweight first and then to heavyweight and become a 3-weight world champion.
Do we even have a bridgerweight champion yet?
Yeah, Lawrence Okoli's fighting for the title very soon against the Pole Lucas Rosansky.
Nice right hand from Opetaia. I believe the WBC is the only bridgerweight belt in the business.
But he just doesn't, I know we said for all cruiserweights, he doesn't look like he has the frame to be to grow into a heavyweight for me.
He does or does not?
He does not, no.
Really?
No.
Would you have said the same about Usyk when he was a cruiserweight?
Yeah, Usyk's, how tall is Opetaia? Usyk was
6'1" maybe?
Yeah, but Usyk's like 6'3", 6'3.5", and he looked a big cruiserweight. But you're right, Todd. Yeah, they put the muscle on, and that's where the money is.
Well, but now we've got the money here in Saudi Arabia. You can make a great living as a cruiserweight, that's for sure. The crowd getting a little restless. They've been spoiled with the action we've had so far on this card.
There was a right hook there from Opetaia. I'm not sure if it just stunned Briedis slightly.
Yeah, and now that nose is starting to bleed again, which is bad news for Mairis Briedis. Seeking to become the second man to win a share of a widely recognized cruiserweight title 4 times. Only Carlos De Leon has done that.
You see the movement again from Opetaia. Every time he looks to land a shot, he's on the front foot, Briedis, but he just can't get close. Cannot get close enough to Opetaia to land that right hand.
You got to keep doing what you were doing, you know, which was boxing in and out and still trying to force the pace a little bit, trying to push him back. If you start running, look at Briedis now, that gives him the impetus to move forward and do what he should have been doing from round 3 or 4.
Yeah, now Briedis has been reborn. And he is risking it all in what would maybe be his final fight if he doesn't win. Uppercut from Briedis, right hand.
This is an unbelievable turnaround.
And Opetaia, who was stumbling around in round 12 of their first fight, who barely made it to the bell, could be facing similar circumstances here.
Suddenly, we're back in the first fight 2 years ago.
Good shot there from Briedis there, real solid jab. The energy just drained, hasn't it, from Opetaia?
Blood pouring out of both men. Their first fight was a bloody war. This one not far behind. Not much time for Briedis to work with, though. Just about a round and a half.
Yeah, now it's Briedis, the man who's stalking.
He hasn't got the legs, have he?
No.
The push on here looks like. Come on, so fast in that round. I think he's just needs to rest himself here. Good shot there from Opetaia off the ropes.
Blood all over our table here. You see Opetaia pawing at his nose, trying to clear it up as the moment passed Briedis by.
When these two fight, bones are broken. They can fight 5-6 times. I just think there's going to be numerous bones broken. I think they've definitely both broken their noses.
And now look at Opetaia. He's the one on the run. Briedis' corner urging him on, pounding the canvas, telling him to go get him.
Yeah, he's letting off the hook here, I think, Briedis. Good uppercut though, off the ropes.
This is what we were hoping to see in the first 8 or 9 rounds.
Good shot.
That was a good shot.
Again, a little step back, wasn't it? Coming back with that left hand. Every time Briedis gives him space to work, he's the better fighter. When Briedis can push him back, he's having success.
It's 25 seconds left here in the 11th. Briedis looking like a new fighter here in the last 2 rounds. He's the one trying to dictate the pace. He's putting on the pressure.
Oh, good left hand to go there from Opetaia on the move.
You'd have to say Briedis will kick himself. If he sees this one out, Opetaia, why didn't I do that earlier?
Here, 3 minutes to go in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia.
Oh, big 1-2 from Briedis to start the round.
Well, he's got to go for it. He's a mile behind. If you don't get the stoppage, he's not going to win the fight.
Good right hand for Briedis. But boy, is he leaving himself open.
Yeah, but Opetaia's not looking to fire back. He's looking to hold on.
Well, you can see the balance isn't quite right. Caught him again. And this 12th round looks a lot like the last 12th round, Mike.
Yeah, and do we have to recalibrate and reevaluate the punching power at the highest level of Opetaia? Because they're bouncing off the chin of Briedis and have been most of the night.
He's doing the right thing. Opetaia needs to hold, slow this round down, get the clock ticking. This is where it needs to be also. Can't be backed up. Briedis on the flip side. Briedis needs to try and plough forward.
I think he's got to fight in spurs. I don't think he's got the energy to fight bell to bell. Good shot though.
Opetaia not forgetting about the body. But these have got to be worrying signs for Jai Opetaia's team.
Oh, what a right hand that was.
If you watch the first 9 rounds of this fight, you would have thought this would be impossible, but yet here we are. Briedis still has a chance.
What a fighter, what a legend, what a warrior.
What a warrior, but you got a minute to go here. If he's going to do something to win the fight. Okay, just can't maintain that pace, can he? Briedis, for all he tries.
Well, he's 39 years old, has been in so many wars, and he's been out of the ring in activity. So many minuses coming into this fight, but he's still got the heart of a champion. And the desire.
Oh, tough as they come, isn't he? It really is. It's a good jab there from Opetaia. On the left hand, it's good work.
Almost there now, 20 seconds.
Imagine if Briedis was 10 years younger. These guys would have probably 4 or 5 fights against each other.
Hey, what happens if they do it again in 6 months' time when he's not suffering from inactivity?
Yeah, good point.
Briedis' corner screaming at the top of their lungs. Opetaia survives the 12th. Great.
Nó không trùng nhau. Cứ lần lượt mình sẽ gắn để che kín đi cái phần đường tròn của mình. Và hôm nay thì mình đã cắt khá là nhiều bông hoa với rất nhiều màu sắc khác nhau. Màu hồng, màu vàng, màu xanh, màu tím, màu đỏ giống như màu của sắc cầu vồng. Như các bạn đã thấy thì mình đã gắn được kín cái phần đường tròn này. Bước tiếp theo thì mình sẽ lật ngược cái khung hình của mình lại và gắn một cái phần sợi dây ở cái phần bông hoa màu trắng. Bây giờ thì mình sẽ đổ keo lên trước và gắn cái sợi dây màu trắng này lên sau. Và để làm cho cái khung hình của mình được nổi bật và đẹp mắt hơn thì mình sẽ tạo thêm một cái chiếc nơ. Và để làm được chiếc nơ mình sẽ sử dụng cái gam màu trắng để cho nó đồng nhất với những cái nhụy mà mình đã làm. Ở đây thì để làm được nơ thì mình sẽ cắt một tờ giấy có kích thước là 10 x 10. Việc đầu tiên là mình sẽ tạo ra được những cái nếp gấp từ những cái đường chéo. Mình sẽ mít thật chặt tay để có những cái đường gấp nó rõ ràng hơn. Và dựa theo những cái nếp gấp này thì bây giờ mình sẽ tiến hành cắt như sau. Với cái phần đường chéo hình tam giác thứ nhất mình sẽ cắt